Hi Leo, welcome to your fortnightly check-in with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign, Leo, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything is going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So remember, there's no astrology in these. They are purely tarot, so watch them for whichever one speaks to you. Check out all three to make sure which one that is. All right, so for your cross purposes this fortnight, where is it that the challenges that may show up? So we have the star card. Interesting, because the star card is your direct opposite in the zodiac. So I know, no astrology, but the star card is Aquarius energy, right? And so the message behind this card on a macrocosmic level is basically you are working to, it's like you're way too focused at the moment on the future. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with looking ahead, but obviously always, you know, as every mystery school has ever taught us, the power really is in the here and now and in the present moment. And if you're anticipating something that may not even happen or maybe hasn't happened yet, you might be kind of misleading yourself in some way, shape or form. The other thing here as well, because it is a cross purposes card, you may very well over this next fortnight be too trusting on something. It's going to be very, very possible to do that, so be careful. All right, okay, so we've got a jumping card there, and the jumping card is the Hierophant. Right, so what this basically says is, you know, when it comes, so on a microcosmic level, so on a personal level, how is it that you might be getting in your own way? This is like you have one set clear idea of how things are going to be and you're not budging from it. Now what's really interesting is the star card is Aquarius energy, the Hierophant card is Taurus energy, and you yourself are a Leo. Those are all fixed signs, which suggests that there's something here that maybe needs to adapt or adjust, and you're refusing to see it in any other way. This is a lot of fixed energy, and so you're being asked maybe to think about where you're being too rigid. Your stubbornness, Leo, and your will to succeed are two things that are kind of, synonymous with your personality, which is great, and they can really provide you with, you know, the oomph that you need to see things through sometimes. But then sometimes it can also get in the way, right? And this is one thing that I've said about Leos, any of the fixed signs really. Sorry, my allergies are driving me mad and I've got itchy nose at the minute. If it's not watery eyes, it's a runny nose. If it's not a runny nose, it's an itchy nose. It's just, you know how it gets. Anyway, the fixed signs have an ability to flog a dead horse, right? Even long after they know something has come to an end, and you are being asked to consider what form of marriage or commitment in your life has come to an end now, and what is it that you're holding on to that's actually not doing you any favors anymore. For your actions and interactions with the world at large, you've got the Eight of Cups. So you know deep down that you're ready to walk away from something. You've got the Page of Wands, okay, and you've got the Devil card. So this is like you're trying to build something brand new with the skills and the materials that you have available to hand right now. This suggests that you know that you need new things in order to build something brand new, but there's a part of you that's kind of maybe unsure. You know, sometimes our refusal to change doesn't just come from being stubborn. Sometimes it comes from fear. And so you have to ask yourself this fortnight, what am I afraid of? And are the actions that I'm taking right now actions that are being led by fear, or are they ones that are being led by maybe a little bit of foolhardy? For your career and communications, you've got the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so what do we see here? Two eights. Two eights is new knowledge, new information coming in when it regards to the career, with the Ace of Swords. So there's a new contract of some sort that's coming in for all of you across the work and academic sectors. And also potentially connections with new communities. So for those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, this does suggest that you are taking on new knowledge, new wisdom, new insights. And so this, I actually feel like, is some part, you know, the stuff here in your actions and interactions could show up in two ways then, now that we see this. One, this could be there's a set of people, or a group of people, or even a person that refuse to acknowledge the changes that you're making. So it could be coming from the outside world. Another way that this could potentially show up as well is that you are making changes, but they're so sort of erratic that everybody's kind of like, okay, what is going on with you? Now, for those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, this could see you connecting to an establishment, an establishment or a community of some sort that is really supportive to you, and actually helps you get ahead. I love this because it's like you've made a decision and you're sticking with it to see it through. That is where that stubbornness is really going to win out. When it comes to those of you that are employed by somebody else, this is like a connection with community in some regard that amplifies your practice or your knowledge. So in some way, shape or form, you are being seen or certainly called upon for your expertise. You're also potentially gaining new faces to connect with within the work sphere, and taking on new responsibilities in line with the new information or knowledge that you're gaining. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, same kind of thing, but it's like this upgrade is you getting in front of new people. You're getting new contracts, new connections, new people are coming in through the work. And this is really you doing what Leos do best. This is you acknowledging and accepting your own shine and kind of saying, you know what, there's going to be haters, there's going to be naysayers, etc. or whatever. Fuck them. What else can I do? When it comes to those of you that are retired and no longer working, this is you trying to decide what the next community connection actually looks like. And it's also potentially for a lot of you a moment that comes full circle where you say to yourself, okay, you know what? I've had my break, I've had my chill time. Now I want to do something purposeful. So it's like you could be returning to work part-time, but it's to do something that you love to do or something that you want to learn to do, as opposed to come on brain, what's the word? Brain, oh my gosh, as opposed to something that you have to do. It's like you're returning to work because you want something to do, as opposed to like, oh, I have to go back to work because I'm broke. It's not that. For your love and relations, you've got the High Priestess with the Knight of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. If you are single, this is a secret admirer, makes themselves known. This is somebody that is very easy on the eyes, somebody that is, listen, honey, I am excited with my Leo ascendant up in here because my love life has been dead like for years now. So like I'm really excited by this prospect. The High Priestess with the Knight of Cups, that's a secret admirer or a secret offer. The Nine of Pentacles is what tells me that this person is naturally very beautiful, or somebody who's very charismatic, very charming. There's a connection here, and maybe you're just exploring this behind closed doors before you talk about it with or to anybody, which I think is the right way to go. The other thing with that Nine of Pentacles, I am going to say, if you're connecting with like a potential partner over this next fortnight and you're single, this is likely to be a connection that's going to be around or in your life for some time to come. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, this is you and your partner squirreling away or secreting away. This is you and your partner maybe, going away for a weekend, or, there's something here where you are just really... You and your partner are connecting on a really deep level, away from prying eyes, and talking about things or approaching the relationship in a way that is truly life enhancing and love affirming. So I love this for you. I'm very happy to see that for across the board. And then for your money and materials, you've got the Knight of Pentacles. So the reason I'm smiling is because you've got two knights here. Two knights represents intimacy. I'll say no more. With the Empress, okay, and the Three of Wands, I mean, it's a sexy, sensual fortnight. That is as much as I will say without getting sort of too, too crude or crass. Mind your business. For now, in terms of money and finances, this is a great week for finances. This next fortnight is going to be a big boost to the finances or to the income. It's going to be welcome money as well. And it looks like for the money that comes in, it looks like a lot of you are putting half to the side or investing it in a business, some sort of training and or studies or job, or maybe even just in your relationship. And it looks like the other part of it is you're purely spending for pleasure. So it's like all of the bases are covered. Your finances are getting a much welcome boost over this next fortnight, and potentially it enables you to grow your finances in and for the long term. So I really, really like this for you. For those of you that have children, specifically those of you that have teenagers that are Cancerians, they're going to bring you some really great news. For those of you that have teenagers that are Taurians, they are also going to bring you big news, but good news. But the difference being is the Cancerian child is very likely to do something that it's like you and your Cancerian child do something together that makes you really happy. Whereas your Taurian child, if you have them, your Taurian teenager, is going to do something that very much puts them out there into the world. So, you know, very different approaches, but still very nice. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, for a lot of you, this represents getting back out there or back into some kind of health regime, which is great. If you know me personally, you know just recently I messed up my ankle. Luckily it's not broken, so I'm really happy to see this, because it looks like whatever break you've had in some kind of, you know, physical activity, etc., you're getting it all back. And also your appearance looks like it's shaping up really fast over this next fortnight, which is nice. Maybe you could hit a target of some sort. And then finally, when it comes to your home and environment, this is good news around repairs for the home. It's also really good news when it comes to the living situation, especially where contracts are concerned, contractors for work that needs to be done on the home. But there is good news when it comes to the home in general over this next fortnight. So I love this for all of the Leos out there. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic fortnight. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.